During high school, many people get their first jobs. These are usually low paying, minimum wage jobs, and they're at the bottom of the totem pole. Many are just simply saving up for college early. Others simply want the experience and the money, and others are simply helping provide for their family. My name is Braeden Tousson, and today I will be talking about the federal minimum wage and the issues that is causing at its current level. Um, the federal minimum wage should be raised from its current level of $7.25, and also the tipped minimum wage, which is set at $2.13. During the speech, I will explain the issues and consequences, both positive and negative, in changing such a law. With that said, let me begin by describing the issue more clearly. As stated before, the current minimum wage is set at $7.25 and has been set there since 2009, while the tipped minimum wage is at $2.13, which has been the same since 1991. Fewer than 10% of minimum wage workers are teenagers, with more than half being prime age adults between the ages of 25 to 54. This causes many issues for adults trying to provide not only for themselves, but also their family, especially if they're already in a financial rut. According to an article, Contribution of the Minimum Wage to U.S. Wage Inequality Over 3 Decades, a reassessment by David Otter, Alan Manning, and Christopher Smith, written in 2016, many averages contracted on the earning rates between men and women, and also minorities and whites, are pooled together and do not show a complete picture. For instance, the average working hours for a minimum wage worker for males are much lower than women, which is also not shocking because women take up 58% of total minimum wage workers. Information like this is present throughout many studies, which adds to confusion. Now, with the issues identified and laid out, here's how we can potentially solve them. Now, an issue like this seems very simple to solve. Simply raise the minimum wage, but it's way more complicated than that. Most plans include an annual plan to incrementally increase year by year, such as the one shown in the article Why America Needs a $15 minimum wage by the Economic Policy Institute, written February 2019, in which they introduced the Raise the Wage Act of 2019. This raises the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2024. By the end of this year, if passed, it would increase our minimum wage to $8.55. After this goal is met in 2024, the government would adjust each year to keep pace with typical worker wages and inflation. And this would also completely phase out the tip minimum wage of $2.13. Many other plans not only include raising the minimum wage incrementally, but also want to include other social reform programs, such as the ones shown in coupling a federal minimum wage hike with public investments to make work pay and reduce poverty by Jennifer Ramage and Heather Hill, written in February 2018. Their plan is to raise the minimum wage to $12 an hour by 2020, but also expanding and improving on pre-existing income support programs to help reduce poverty as a whole. With these solutions, I believe that they will help many Americans financially. As stated, the federal minimum wage should be raised from its current amount of $7.25, as well as the tipped minimum wage, which should be wiped out completely. Because most minimum wage workers are adults who need to provide for not only themselves but their family, having such a low wage is detrimental to many people's financial well-being. However, by raising the wage and also implementing and improving on other income support programs, this can help those in need by a lot. Because this is an increasingly big issue in our country, I hope that this speech has encouraged you to at least look up potential solutions and even support many of the acts out there to change the minimum wage. Any little bit helps. Thank you.